to Think Theory Radio. Hello and welcome to Think Theory Radio, the show that brings you topics outside the mainstream realm of thought and ideas to make you think. And I'm your host, Damian Perdue, your archaeological guide on this anthropological ride of possibly paleontological delights.
Oh, it's an awesome archaeology episode.
Awesome archaeology, bro.
Oh my gosh! Oh wait, does that mean I got to play? I did it wrong. I was supposed to start the show with it, wasn't I?
You got your awesome archaeologies and your
the
weird
sciences mixed up. Yeah, I was waiting for you to. I was like, that's right, man.
That's right. We'll play
Archaeology
it.
is the search for facts.
Facts, where facts matter.
To forget any ideas you
I
got
knew
about
it
lost
was
cities,
awesome
exotic
archaeology.
travel,
Yeah.
digging up the world. We do not follow maps.
We don't follow maps to buried
X
treasure, Paul.
never, ever
Follow maps to
marks the
introductions
spot.
to shows, though.
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it, man? See,
I
dig
can
it.
now.
Get it? People are like, why does he use that? Because he's like, digging.
Nothing
You know,
shocks
like
me.
archaeology.
I'm a scientist.
I'm a scientist. Well, I'm not technically a scientist, but
All right, yeah. That's the way I was supposed to
that
do
was good.
it.
So it
Yeah.
was better that way
Yeah.
because then I get to talk over it a little bit.
It's been a while. I when you don't use it, you lose it. Apparently.
Yeah. Well, and I think, I threw you for a loop because last week I was going to do awesome archaeology.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was going to do it, but
Yeah.
then, I don't know, something just told me, no, man,
Yeah. Hold off.
hold off. Don't
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
That's why last week was kind of more of a freeform show, and it's a good thing. See, the universe was speaking to me through the ancients. And this week there was an amazing discovery.
What's the amazing discovery?
An ancient Mayan astronomer and mathematician has finally been named. Now, this is the first time in history that we've actually found the name for a Mayan astronomer and mathematician.
Okay.
There's tons of rulers and kings and priests. Their names are known. Their names have been found in the hieroglyphs in the Yucatan, but never an astronomer, which is pretty amazing because astronomy, math, time, these are the main studies of the Mayans. This is what they excelled at. They're known as the cosmonauts, the mathematicians of the ancients. They had the most modern calendar. They had a 360-day year calendar before modern times.
Okay.
They had the concept of zero before anybody. There was, ancient India, they did have a similar kind of concept of zero, but as far as we know, they had one. But yeah, so this happened, it was July 14th. This was announced in a journal called Antiquity. And this was found, the author was credited this calendrical formula painted in Mayan glyphs on the wall of a ruin in Guatemala. The table of dates and calculations recorded more than 1,200 years ago lays out the relationships among the cycling positions of Venus and Mars and several cycles of the Mayan calendar over an 8-year span. So this now famous Mayan mathematician astronomer, he also has a pretty cool name, Sactanwax, or white-chested fox.
Okay.
I like that one. It sounds very mystical, but also kind of authoritative.
Mm-hmm.
The
white-chested fox.
Yeah. And so these Mayan texts related historical events and natural cycles, and individuals like Sactanwax were not only observing these cycles, but linking them together, says MIT archaeologist Franco Rossi. It is frankly surprising that more such signatures haven't turned up, he added. The name and table were discovered in Xultun, an archaeological site near Guatemala's borders with Mexico and Belize. They consist of an inverted L shape of 11 blocks of elaborate Maya glyphs. The top 9 blocks record 5 Maya calendar dates, and the intervals between them and the last 2 are the signature of the white-chested fox, Sactanwax. And that implies the claimed credit, or at least was being credited for the work. The dates span 2,920 days, which is 5 cycles of Venus. That takes about 584 days to return to the same position relative to the sun as seen from Earth. and 8 365-day Hab years. Within that span, the table also incorporates shorter Maya calendrical cycles, which is the 20-day Yuanal, or Mayan month, the 260-day Zolkin ritual count, and which is kind of like the moon calendar, and the 360-day Tun, which is their year-like interval. The researchers interpret one inferred 1,560-day interval as two 780-day cycles of Mars. And these calculations, which linked astronomical and calendrical cycles, underpinned Maya almanacs and divination. And the first glyphs were damaged. The researchers reconstructed the most likely starting date from others, which would be November 11th, 781 in the Gregorian calendar. And they say the table was probably devised in or near that year. The glyphs at Shotun list specific dates, but the method embedded in the table could perhaps have been reused for another 2,920-day spans. And another cool part of it is this: they were found in a room the researchers think was a workspace for making Maya codices, which are the painted books on bark that are folded like an accordion. They're really long. I've seen several of them down there in some of the historical museums, which, if anyone goes to the Yucatan in the city of Merida, there is a really great museum. It's literally the Mayan Museum, or the Museum of Maya, which has a pretty intricate story of their history, and very modern, cool looking building as well. But they have several of these Maya codices there, I believe including the Papavua, which is their kind of, for lack of a better, their origin myth, kind of like their Bible in a way.
Okay.
More than 50 rough drafts of calculations and tables appear on the walls, most painted and handful incised, suggesting the room was used for intellectual work and perhaps for training astronomers. So it was kind of like their practice space, where they would write on the walls, figure it all out, and then create the really intricate painted codices.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. It's kind of like a professor on a chalkboard, or the dry erase board, figuring things out, working all the numbers, and then you imagine this like ancient Mayan, like astronomer professor, like teaching these young kids, like, all right, guys, so the Venus, Mars, check it out. This is, so now it's astronomer E.C. Krupp, director of the Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles, says the formula reconciled Maya calendrical and planetary cycles centuries before comparable tables appeared in surviving Maya codices. Krupp, who was not involved in the original study, says that Sactan wax can now be added to the role of great astronomers. And to quote, he says, Maya astronomy has been personalized by this discovery. Which is, it's really cool to have a name to all of this, anonymous work that's been, like I said, this is the culture that is one of the greatest in terms of predicting astronomy and math. And I have, now we know somebody's name. Which makes me actually look up, I had to look up, because I was curious about, I always think about Egyptian hieroglyphs and who painted them. And I didn't realize that in recent times they discovered who did actually paint them. They found in this village of Deir el Medina, which was an artisan workshop, or like an artisan village, and they found all these like papyruses linking certain artisans there. Like basically it kind of found like the receipts of them getting paid for it. Okay. And they were able to link. So there's actually names for the people, the artists. It was like Amenhotep was one, Amenakatan I think was another. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. So that is the great Mayan astronomy. I actually went to one of their observatories in Chichen Itza. They have, which is almost 2,000 years old. But this is the main city in the Yucatan. It's or I should say the most excavated city is Chichen Itza. But they actually have this observatory. The observatory they use looks just like the planetarium here. Like it's the same kind of dome structure. It has the slit in the roof like you would fit a telescope through. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that a telescope, but no. No, they were, well, according to what, I was told there and what, archaeologists say is that the slit was used for, you determining like, and able to have like a window to see where the stars are placed, right? So you can see where they change take
Yeah.
notes of like, you know, where they are day
And that's
to
how
day
they
and
figure
the
out their
time of the
calendar,
day.
and that's how they track it.
Yeah, but it's interesting that it looked so eerily similar to the modern planetariums. All right, we're going to stick with some Mayan stuff. An intact Maya city of Minamba discovered in the jungle of Campeche after 1,000 years of abandonment, including a 13-meter high pyramid temple. What's you're good at math. What's your 13 meters is, what's that, like 39 feet?
Yeah,
Is that about
relatively. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So about, yeah, like four stories. So
Okay.
4-story high pyramid, something like that. So this was the ancient city of Minamba, a settlement that remained hidden and untouched with the hand of the modern looter, ever profaning its structures, until a team of Mexican and Slovenian archaeologists managed to cut through the vegetation to document its existence. The name of the site, the phrase in Yucatec Maya meaning "there is no road," is actually was given to them by they gave it to the archaeologists because it's extremely difficult to find this place, and they had to like cut through the jungle. The exploration of this enclave, which dates back to the late classic period, which is 600 to 900 AD, was made possible thanks to the field season authority of the Archaeology Council of the National Institute of Anthropology and History, which is an agency of Mexico's Ministry of Culture. The team, led by archaeologist Ivan Sprach, affiliated with the Research Center of the Slovenian Academy of Arts and Sciences, ventured into the northern sector of the reserve with a precise objective to carry out a surface survey of a site located west of Chactun, a major center that the same project had reported 13 years earlier. For this mission, they relied on key technological tool, which is LiDAR, which we've talked about on the show before, the airborne laser scanning. And but the access to this place was really a titanic undertaking and tested the team's endurance. Some real Indiana Jones stuff here, man. And the archaeologists, and including workers from the community of Constitucion, had to cut a path with machetes for 5 kilometers to be able to advance with ATVs and then walk a similar distance under the extreme conditions of the tropical rainforest, which does include some jaguars in there, I'm really to know. He says, compared to other places where we conducted surface surveys, access here turned out to be much more difficult. However, in the last 3 years, this is the first one we found intact. There are no looters' trenches. It was a discovery, a great surprise for us, he added. So they have found the LiDAR images revealed a 15-hectare settlement beneath the forest layer to ground verification confirmed the existence of a complex urban core with plazas surrounded by palatial and religious buildings, terraces, and wetlands with hydraulic canalization systems, indicating a high degree of urban planning and territorial control. And one of the archaeologists added, "It is the first time I've recorded a more or less well-preserved temple and a stela still with glyphs." So that's pretty cool. And I actually have like several more Mayan stuff, man. Just do the whole show on Maya. This is actually another really interesting discovery. An ancient clay figurine from Guatemala with 11 dot pattern suggests earliest known number writing in Mesoamerica. Archaeologists dated the object to 750 to 650 BCE. The piece fits in the palm of a hand. Its most striking feature is the set of 11 dots pressed into the head area of the figurine. This artifact comes from the urban center on the Pacific coast of Guatemala. Excavations at La Blanca have produced more than 300 similar tab figurines. These objects lack full facial features. Instead, the head forms a flat tab. Many still carry headbands or earrings, showing clear focus on identity linked to the head. The 11 dots appear in 3 vertical columns. One column holds 3 dots, 2 columns hold 4 each. The pattern follows a structured layout rather than random placement. Researchers note a strong concern for order in this arrangement. The position on the heads add weight to its interpretation as a sign linked to identity or naming. The 260-day calendar, like we talked about earlier, played a central role in later societies. A birth date within this system shaped a person's name, role, and social identity. So imagine that. You would have your name would be kind of like a zodiac. would be all encompassing. It would be your name, your birth sign, your role in society.
Yeah.
Is all like about the date that you were born and the time.
Oh, that's crazy.
In Quiche Maya, Winnick refers to both person and 20 tied to human anatomy. And Cachiquel, terms for destiny connected to the face, placing identity on the head region. La Blanca, other finds point towards early experiments with symbols. Ceramics from elite contexts carry markers similar to later calendar designs. And very early writing evidence in Mesoamerica remains rare because the Spaniards broke it all up. Known examples include stone fragments, mural pieces, pottery, stamps, and cave markings. Many lack clear archaeological context. The La Blanca figurine stands out because researchers recovered it from a controlled excavation. Researchers view the figurine as part of a broader system where numbers, bodies, and identity overlapped. The study argues the figurine sits within early attempts to record numbers and identity through portable objects. The meaning of the 11 dots remains open. The pattern could relate to a name, a date in the calendar system, or a marker of status or supernatural identity. Each option fits known practices from later periods, yet none finds direct confirmation in this object. But this figurine adds rare data points to the early history of numeration in Mesoamerica. It shows how early urban societies experimented with marking identity through simple numeric forms placed on the human head, a central symbol in their visual language. All right, one more from the land of the Maya. And it's another lost Mayan city found. But this actually wasn't found in the modern sense of like going out and searching for it. This surfaced by chance inside old LiDAR data. So it was Luke Al-Thomas, who was then a doctoral candidate at Tulane University, came across the survey far down a list of online search results. And this is a laser survey flown in 2013 to monitor forests. It had been collected for forest and carbon monitoring by a conservation organization with no archaeological purpose. He applied archaeological analysis to it and found a city. LiDAR works by firing hundreds of thousands of laser pulses from an aircraft. And the 2013 survey covered about 122 square kilometers. Across it, the team identified 6,764 structures. An aggregate density of about 55 per square kilometer. Valeriana itself has the features of a classic Maya political center with 2 monumental precincts, enclosed plazas joined by a broad causeway, temple pyramids, a ball court, and a reservoir formed by damming a seasonal watercourse. Some reports have put its possible peak population at 30,000 to 50,000 people around 750 to 850 CE, though that remains an inference and still not for sure a direct count. But this is pretty, it's pretty amazing that he went through this LiDAR data that was looking just for forest conservation. Nothing to do with archaeology.
Yeah.
And he finds a city with over 6,000 structures. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like a real version of a needle in a haystack, kind of. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more awesome archaeology on Think Theory Radio right after this.
This is WCPT telling you how you can shop blue. Did you know there are only 49 states in America that require you to have car insurance? At Chicago's Progressive Talk, we're in Illinois, and Illinois is one of the 49 states that require you to have car insurance. Let's look at some car insurance companies that support the Democratic Party. American Family Insurance. American Family Insurance was once very conservative, but since 2019, they have moved to the left, donating $214,000 to Democrats. In 2024, AAA. AAA was also once very conservative, but in 2014, they shifted to the left, donating $235,000 to Democrats in 2024. 83% of their donations went to Democrats. Liberty Mutual. Now, Liberty Mutual leans to the left, And yes, they did donate $1.6 million to Democrats in 2024. That was only 64% of their donations. Progressive insurance. Progressive does not give to politics, but some of their senior leaders do. And their senior leaders lean left. This has been WCPT telling you how you can shop blue.
Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Welcome back to Think Theory Radio. Today we're doing another edition of Awesome Archaeology and Discoveries of Wonder. I don't know.
That's right. This isn't the one that I play the thing. I was like getting ready.
Yeah, no.
I
It's
blew
too
it.
long to play.
I blew it at the beginning. That's you had one job, Paul.
Yeah.
One job.
Well, you have like
Get your head in the game, Shabari. Come on.
Yeah, you have kind of 3 jobs. You
Yeah.
That. Well, then you got to take us to commercial break.
Yeah.
And then, derail the show every now and again.
Oh, I can do that easily. That's I don't even have to try to do that anymore.
Well, here's another amazing discovery.
What's that?
Hidden beneath the Mediterranean for centuries, archaeologists find remains of one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, Paul.
7 wonders of the ancient world. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
You've
this-
heard of the 7 wonders of the ancient
Yeah.
world, right?
Well, I thought. Yeah. Was it 7? I thought it was 8. 8 wonders of the world. 7 wonders.
It's like the LA
7 wonders of the
Coliseum.
7 wonders of the ancient world,
ancient.
though. Okay.
The LA Coliseum.
The LA Coliseum, the Roman Coliseum, the Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah. No, it's you should look it up because I can't recite from memory what all the 7 wonders are, but they are.
It was like
wonderful.
Hanging Gardens in Babylon,
yes.
What the Parthenon or something like that, or the pyramids,
Rock of Gibraltar, I think, right? Or like, wasn't there like a massive statue of Hercules at Gibraltar or something?
Oh yeah, okay. Here we go. Let's see. Well, okay. There's a lot. Okay. According to this, Great Pyramid of Giza, Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Statue of Zeus at Olympia, Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, Colossus of Rhodes. I think that's maybe one of the statues you were talking about. It's like
Yeah.
a giant statue. And the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Well, see how, and we didn't even plan this. It perfectly ended at the one that they have now found, the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Oh, they found it? Okay.
Well, they found 22 enormous stone blocks from the legendary Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Okay.
Yeah, sunken down in the depths of the Mediterranean. And this was widely regarded as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world for centuries. It was the tallest human-made structure on Earth. The blocks, which remain submerged in the Mediterranean, are part of an ambitious international effort to digitally reconstruct the lost monument and reveal what one of history's most remarkable engineering achievements actually looked like. And this project is called the Pharos Project. It's an initiative that brings together France's National Center for Scientific Research, led by archaeologist Isabelle Harry, and of course, Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities and the Dassault Systems Foundation. Archaeologists retrieved 22 monumental blocks from the lighthouse's main entrance. Among them are lintels, door jambs, thresholds, and large paving slabs weighing between approximately 77 and 88 tons each. The Lighthouse of Alexandria was built in the early 3rd century BC during the reign of Ptolemy I and was designed by the Greek architect Sostratus. Located on the island of Pharos at the entrance to Alexandria's harbor in Egypt, the structure stood more than 330 feet tall and served as a vital navigation aid for ships traveling the Mediterranean. And in the article I'm reading, there's a artist depiction, which I think is an old depiction of it, and it looks really amazing, like if that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Which with these stones, what they're going to try to do is digitally restructure it and see actually what it really looked like and how they built it. It'd be cool if they could do like with a modern holographic technology. They could create like a hologram version of it once they get it like digitally reconstructed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, put it out there.
Yeah, just have it as like a, tourist thing. Because it'd be hard. I mean, I guess you could rebuild the whole thing, but 330 feet or 330 feet tall.
Yeah.
So it's like over 30 stories tall, right? Stories about 10 to 15 feet.
Well, I mean, this estimated to have been 330 feet in overall height.
Yeah. So that'd be about 30 stories tall, right?
I guess, yeah.
30
Yeah. 30 stories, yeah.
That's pretty massive for
200 BC or 280 BC. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Severely damaged by 3 earthquakes between 956 and 1303 AD.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it did somewhat get into the modern world, I guess,
Yeah, it was around for centuries.
It existed during the Magna Carta.
And then many of its stones were later reused for the construction of the citadel at Kite Bay, which is a fortress that still stands on the same site today. Yeah, that's always amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just pretty crazy that we could still find these, ancient kind of mythical structures and places in today's age.
Yeah.
And now sticking in Egypt, this is also kind of a, I guess you could say a first, but also a very important discovery in terms of the kind of lineage of how pyramids were built. They found these 5,000-year-old tombs in Minya, Egypt, rewrites the origins of Egyptian pyramid architecture. The excavation was carried out by Egyptian mission from my favorite archaeological group, the Supreme Council of Antiquities.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you wanted to work for them, right? Yeah. You got to be like Egyptian or something, though.
Yeah, and probably an archaeologist.
Yeah.
Not just some
hope.
radio host from Chicago.
You set your mind to it, you can be anything
That's
you
true.
want to be.
It's all the power of the mind. Maybe I could do host their podcast or something.
There you go. The Supreme Council of Antiquities
Podcast
like
with Damian Perdue.
Like they'd probably be like, it's really not like that at all.
Yeah,
like,
I
you
know.
make it sound like it's the Justice League, but it's.
But what if it was? What if they had you walk in and there's this huge
round
conference
table? Yeah. Oh wow.
And they're all dressed up, in the robes.
Yeah.
Like gold trim.
Yeah. Like really quiet, except for maybe some chanting in the background or something.
Candles and they don't have any kind of modern
to the Supreme
candles and incense burning. There's like a fire in the middle of somewhere. That's what I'm choosing to believe it's like.
But
it's really just some office with a bunch of paper on the desk. Who are you looking for?
But we'll go on. What's
okay. So this site is located on the eastern bank of the Nile, appears to have served as a burial ground for thousands of years. Evidence from several different eras showed people continued using the area from the pre-dynastic period through the late period of ancient Egyptian history. And the first tomb stands out because of the way the walls were built. The walls are thicker at the bottom and gradually become thinner toward the top. Archaeologists believe this design reflects an early engineering approach aimed at improving stability. Similar principles later appeared in larger monuments, including the step pyramids and the true pyramids built centuries afterward. Although parts of the first tomb were damaged when stone blocks were removed for reuse in later periods, important details survived. Excavators found traces of oxide lines on stone surfaces, evidence linked to ancient cutting and extraction techniques. Large wooden supports were also built into the structure, some extended across the full length of the walls. These remains provide rare information about construction methods used more than 5,000 years ago. And the team also uncovered part of a pre-dynastic cemetery. Several individuals were buried in a crouched position and wrapped in plant mats that have largely decomposed. Taken together, the discoveries paint a picture of a burial landscape used across multiple phases of Egyptian history. The site preserves evidence of changing funerary practices, architectural ideas, and construction techniques spanning several millennia. And archaeologists expect further finds from a location that still holds many unanswered questions about ancient Egypt's earliest builders. But that's pretty cool. It's like the early, trials at pyramid building before they probably even had the idea to build a pyramid.
Yeah, the prototypes.
Mm-hmm. Now here's one that ties in all these different cultures together. Even just the headline, like listen to it. Ancient Roman curse tablet. Well, curse tablet is pretty weird too, but a Roman curse tablet found in the Netherlands contains a rare Egyptian magic written in Greek.
Say that one more time.
An ancient Roman curse tablet found in the Netherlands contains rare Egyptian magic written in Greek.
Okay. Huh. Why would a Roman cursor tablet found in the Netherlands have Egyptian magic found in Greek? I've done this test before. This is like the broadcasting test on how to remember things. I've done this test before.
When one train leaves, Cairo.
Oh no! It's like the
miles,
like one duck,
train
two
leaves.
chickens, three. What's the? No, there's a whole test. Yeah.
Well, Dutch archaeologists uncovered the small lead tablet during excavations beneath Herleens town square. The town stands on the site of Coriovalum, which was a Roman military settlement in the province of Lower Germania. Dating to the 2nd century CE, the artifact differs from most curse tablets found in Northern Europe because the text is written in ancient Greek rather than Latin. And I guess people across the Roman world used curse tablets known as defictiones or katadesmoi for a variety of purposes. They scratched spells onto thin sheets of lead and buried them in places linked to supernatural forces. Some hoped to gain an advantage in court cases. Others targeted rivals in sports, business, or personal relationships. That aspect I find also very fascinating. Like, you think about it's still that thought process or these kind of that methodology or pathology, if you want to say, it still exists today. Like people, trying to put curses on people and people like trying to utilize some kind of magic to gain advantage in business and sports. And you know what I mean? So think about it, like thousands of years ago, you had, these Roman people like writing curses to like, and then putting it somewhere like, I hate that guy, Paul. I hope he fails. or like betting on the World Cup, like I really hope that gladiator wins this. I really need Lavarius II to kill that lion. I got a lot riding on it. And also to gain advantage in court cases, which is also very interesting to me, the fact that like that hasn't changed, right? Like we're still thousands of years ago, people were in court like, oh man, I got to go to court today. I hope this curse tablet really worked.
Jury duty.
Yeah.
They were worried about jury duty in ancient civilizations. Like, oh, man. Got to go to this stupid thing.
The hurling tablet measures 9.3 by 4.8 centimeters. It's a tiny little guy. Time had worn down much of the inscription, making the text difficult to read. To recover the writing, researchers used reflectance transformation imaging, a technique that combines photographs taken under different lighting conditions. The method revealed tiny surface details hidden on the lead sheet. The analysis identified 3 separate groups of characters. One section contains invocations to several deities and supernatural beings associated with Egyptian magical practices. Such texts rarely appear in this region. Most known curse tablets from Northern Europe use Latin and follow local Roman traditions. Researchers also identified 3 magical symbols known as characters. Ancient practitioners believe these signs carried messages to divine or supernatural powers. Below the symbols appeared the names of 4 enslaved people, 2 men with Latin names and 2 women with Greek names. Now, the tablet's purpose remains uncertain. Researchers suggest the inscription either targeted these 4 individuals with a curse or was written on their behalf against an unnamed person. The combination of names has drawn attention because the two members of the group carried Latin names while the women had Greek names. According to the research team, one of the women might have come from Rome and Egypt and brought knowledge of Egyptian magical practices with her. Magic held an important place in Egyptian society. Some rituals focused on protection and healing and formed part of accepted religious life. Others practices served private interests and were carried out away from public view. During the first centuries CE, ideas, beliefs, and religious traditions traveled widely across Roman Empire. Egyptian, Near Eastern, Jewish, and early Christian influences often mixed as people moved between regions. The Hurling tablet offers a rare example of those cultural connections in everyday life. So I always love when they find these cross-cultural artifacts and places, you know. Because I've, said on the show numerous times, I think we feel so disconnected from the ancient times that we think they were all separated, when in fact they all knew each other.
Still, moved around,
Yeah.
Still fought with each other.
Mm-hmm. And traded with each other and mixed in, and tourism. They had tourism back then, The Vikings were hanging out in Egypt.
But I think it's also, you think about the individual stuff that you forget, like what crosses over. Like the idea of, early Major League Baseball games, like the Cubs were happening while like Custer was losing to Sitting Bull.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorite stories too, though.
Yeah.
That one too, because of the idea of like a modern city, but also something else going on, and
like the Wild West
desert,
is,
the Wild West, at the same time. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like there were trains.
Yeah.
There were trains back then. Here's another one that is another somewhat cross-cultural artifact. In Copenhagen, Denmark, Live Science reports that a new study of Viking coins from the Damhus hoard, a cache of 226 pennies, unearthed in Denmark near the site of the Viking town of Ribe in 2018, suggests that they contain silver recycled from Islamic coins. The 1,000-year-old coins, known as pennies, bear a face on one side thought to represent the Norse god Wodan or Odin, with the stag on the reverse side. Thomas Birch of the National Museum of Denmark said that each coin would have been enough to buy ale, bread, or simple tools. Analysis of the coins also show that when the dies used to stamp them were worn, they were replaced with similar ones. At least 30 dies have been used to make these coins, and likely hundreds of thousands like them at a single mint in Ribe. 25 of the coins were also examined with X-ray fluorescence to analyze their chemical compositions. Trace elements detected in the silver suggest that more than half of the metal in the coins came from Islamic silver coins known as dirhams. The Islamic coins are thought to have been melted down outside of Scandinavia and transported to Ribe in the form of ingots. If these coins are being minted in the hundreds of thousands, that's a huge quantity of Islamic silver, Birch explained. And to read more about that, you can check out a Hoard article, Hordes of the Vikings.
I like that Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Also, it's like just an interesting kind of concept, like, oh, we have all these coins, just melt them down, make our own. Let's see. Should we take another break or do one more?
It's up to you.
All right, let's do two more.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just because they're kind of in the same area.
Of the world?
Yes. In Turkey, which is not far from Egypt and, the ancient land of Mesopotamia.
Sure.
There were headless figurines found at, I'm going to butcher these names, but Kanlitas Huyuk reveal an 8,000-year-old Neolithic closing ritual. And this is a moment when a building was deliberately closed and something meaningful was left behind. 4 clay female figurines found near Inunu in Eskişehir province date back roughly 8,000 years. The discovery in the lower fills of levels of rectangular buildings suggests that Neolithic communities in inner Western Anatolia may have marked the end of certain spaces with a deliberate ritual act. And although field work at the site has ended, post-excavation studies continue to refine what this area can tell us about belief settlement life, craft production, and cultural contact in the late Neolithic and early Chalcolithic periods. And there's one of the earliest known settlements in the cultural zone known as the Porsic culture, a prehistoric horizon associated with Eskişehir, Afyonkarahisar, and Kütahya. The mound occupies a key position between central Anatolia, northwestern Anatolia, and the routes leading toward Marmara and the Balkan worlds. In several of these areas, archaeologists found terracotta female figurines near floor levels within the fills. According to archaeologists, the fact that the figurines were discovered in spaces that appear to have been intentionally closed strengthens the idea that they were not ordinary discarded objects. That they were purposely laid there to, like, this is it. We're not going back in this space. The spot is done. We're moving on, people. And one more in Turkey, which is a pretty cool discovery because it has to do with how their society functioned. You know, and I think we always assume that the world has always been patriarchal, you know, from time immemorial or whatever. But archaeologists found ancient matrilineal society in Turkey's Çatalhöyük, which now Çatalhöyük is kind of considered the oldest city in the world. That for now, at least, anyway.
Okay.
Occupied for 1,000 years, from 7,000 to 6,000 BC, Çatalhöyük has drawn archaeologists since discovery in 1958. And a recent genomic study published in the journal Science revealed that Çatalhöyük's gender dynamics made it unique among European Neolithic settlements. The discovery centers around matrilocality, the fact that women remained in their homes while males were more likely to move away when they reached adulthood. The study's 46 authors estimated that 70 to 100% of the time, female offspring remained connected to buildings, in contrast to other European Neolithic communities which were patrilineal and patrilocal, and which Çatalhöyük is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is possibly the world's first city that we believe. They use clusters of buildings, agricultural productions, rituals, and even ornamentation. The homes at Çatalhöyük were built directly on top one of another. Excavations have found about 18 layers of construction, leading to the theory that its inhabitants filled the lower level of buildings, demolished any structures above them, and built new homes on top. And interesting, they didn't have streets or sidewalks. They believe that what they did, they used their rooftops.
Okay.
Yeah, so to get into their houses, residents would climb through the ceiling hatches that led down to a hearth, and they would like move across their city on the rooftops.
Oh, okay. Huh.
That's pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to a city where you just like hang out on the rooftops. Imagine like that, like your streets is the
I'm a
rooftops.
night owl. I'd probably end up falling off the building.
One too many urns of ancient
Meat or something. Yeah, yeah.
I swear I live on that rooftop. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have more awesome archaeology, amazing discoveries on Think Theory Radio.
Hey, it's the Paulacious one. I'm up on the transmitter trying to power us up so you can hear us on 820. But if you can't hear us on the radio, you can also hear us on heartlandsignal.com, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio app, and SoundCloud.com/WCPT820. It's the Sports Cubicle, 9 p.m. on Sundays on WCPT. Whoa!
The Sports Cubicle, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. on WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Because facts matter. You're listening to WCPT 820.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I would fall.
That was a perfect promo right there. See, we didn't even plan that, people.
Yeah, but I mean,
know.
there's going to be some people like in the podcast or whatever be like, what is this all
I know.
about?
Well, as it was playing, I was kind of like, should we leave that in the podcast?
Do you want me to?
It's a pretty good comedic relief, and you get a little promotion for your show.
All right, why not?
In case people didn't know, Paul has another show. The
Shameless
Sports Cubicle.
Shameless plug.
Why not? That's what we should do.
Thank you.
I told you we should do like a Think Theory Sports Cubicle. Just be like all like sports conspiracies.
Oh, but on my show, I'll
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that, yeah. See, I don't know how it would work the other way around, like me and the guys doing a Think Theory episode.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You
if
guys
it
could
would,
just take over like the baseball oddities.
Yeah.
You know.
So we could do like all sorts of like sports odysseys.
Yeah,
like
sports oddities.
Yeah,
and odysseys.
Odysseys and oddities.
There is the Odyssey movie
yeah.
out right now, see, which is about ancient times, ties into what we're doing today, awesome archaeology.
There you go. Nice. See?
And, you know, we always have to, you know, there's like, I feel like there's like three things we always have to mention on awesome archaeology. Mayan culture.
Okay.
Some Mayan discoveries. Egypt, of course, right? You know, and Stonehenge.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You know, maybe not all the time, but I feel
No,
like
I feel like it gets a lot of love.
Yeah.
Stonehenge feels like it's like the Bermuda Triangle of like ancient ruins.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I feel like for a long time, Stonehenge just kind of. It was just Stonehenge, and its mystery was its mystery. It was, you know, they believed it to be some kind of, you know, calendar or a timepiece.
Yeah.
But recently, there's been a lot of more discoveries about Stonehenge than ever before.
Okay.
You know, finding like where the stones have come from, finding out that like certain elements of the stones were from different places. But this one, archaeologists unearthed a prototype of the world famous Stonehenge monument a few miles away. So it's kind of similar to that Egyptian story where they found like the prototypes of the pyramids. Archaeologists revealed on last Thursday that they have discovered a structure near the prehistoric stone circle of Stonehenge in southern England that may have served as a prototype. The teams from the British firm Wessex Archaeology said the structure would have consisted of two wooden poles at 394 feet apart and aligned to point directly at the rising sun during the summer solstice and setting sun at the winter solstice. And researchers said the discovery predated Stonehenge by around 500 years. The team was led by archaeologist Phil Harding, who is well known in the UK through his many years of excavations for Channel 4 TV series Time Team. I like that name. Harding, 76, said the site, which also turned up a treasure trove of findings, including pottery, animal bones, and a rare disc-shaped knife. A disc-shaped knife.
Say that
What
fast.
that word?
Yeah.
And which part do you hold?
Don't disc shape. Yeah, I don't
Like
right?
always
Yeah,
cutting
it's
yourself.
Like,
And that was likely to have been a focus for major religious gatherings. Opportunities like this probably come once in a career, in a lifetime, Harding said. I'm probably towards the end of my career now, but thank God I'm still in archaeology long enough to be a part of the discovery because it's certainly the highlight of my career. So that's it. He said he's retiring after this. He did it on a high note. No, I'm just kidding. I just made that up.
disc-shaped knife. Maybe it had a handle in which, was it just a pizza cutter?
Ooh, an ancient pizza cutter.
They hadn't invented pizza yet, though, so they just called it that.
The forms of pizza have been around a long time.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Pizza was that good. They needed a disc-shaped knife.
They're getting it delivered from the ancient Mediterranean.
Little Caesars or something to be the...
The findings released ahead of the summer solstice, which falls on Sunday. Thousands head to Stonehenge to celebrate the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. And the site's meaning has been the subject of vigorous debate. Of course, like we said, they don't really know, but pretty cool that they found this structure near Stonehenge, and they carried out the dig. It's at an area or a town called Bulford, which is 3.1 miles from the main stone circle, as part of the archaeological work to support the British Defense Ministry's program to accommodate troops who have been withdrawn in recent years from Germany, which is also kind of an interesting little tidbit to the story that they found this, prototype to Stonehenge doing archaeological work to accommodate military troops.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. I guess their Bulford is home to some military barracks.
Okay.
That's the interesting little thing. And here's another world's first.
Uh-oh. World's first.
This 600-year-old Chinese surgical instruments are coated in an early local anesthetic, carefully extracted from a poisonous plant.
Hey, speaking of local anesthetic, did you hear James Van Osdol? Got
Oh,
the
yeah.
show?
I actually did hear that.
So wanted to just shout him out some love.
Yeah. Are we plugging other stations now? Come
No,
on,
man, I think
Paul.
that's cool. That's
No, I know, it is
noteworthy.
good. Yeah,
that's
it is
enough to it.
Yeah.
The
I
suits
like
can yell at me about that one.
That's a good show.
I'll do that for JVO.
Yeah. I support any kind of local type show.
Yeah, yeah, that's big for the music scene.
Yeah,
I don't
especially
know.
Chicago's such a great music scene.
Yeah, I felt that was noteworthy.
It was.
Yeah.
And it tied in.
Yeah.
It was good.
Now that I've derailed the show.
See? You did your job, Paul.
Yeah, thank you.
In the early 15th century CE, a doctor in China was entombed with surgical instruments. Recent analysis of residues left on those tools found that they're coated in traces of a poisonous topical anesthetic, now the world's earliest chemical evidence of use of a medical numbing agent, according to a study published in the journal Antiquity. 6 centuries ago, a Ming Dynasty surgeon performed an operation with a pair of iron scissors and tweezers. And today we have read the traces of anesthetic medicine left on those instruments using a beam of laser light, says study co-author Kong Cheng Zhao, an archaeologist at China's Northwest University. This is the first time humanity has found direct chemical evidence of anesthetics on ancient surgical tools, proving that our ancestors already knew how to safely alleviate patients' pain with highly toxic herbs. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know? Also, I like the fact that they found this anesthetic using modern technology of lasers.
Yeah.
You know, so you think about how we find out that they were this advanced 600 years ago, but only because we're so advanced now that we have lasers.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe in like 600 years, they'll find like ancient lasers. Like they used to use lasers to find out. They discovered the instruments back in 1974, but it wasn't until now with the laser technology they could figure out this local anesthetic. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I always love when they find, things to show the ancients. It's like the ancient Chinese, they were the first ones to make vaccines.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to use, what they would do is they would take the pus out of the wound of whatever kind of infection you had, and they would dry it and grind it into a powder and then have you sniff it.
Ugh.
I know, but it worked like a vaccine. It was kind of the similar type of, using the virus against itself or the bacteria against itself.
That's how they discovered it. That's how they.
And this was like 1,000 years ago. They were doing it.
Gross.
Gross. And here's a kind of a case that this is like reminds me of like Antique Roadshow, where people like bring in something. They're like, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
Well, this is scientists find an Antarctic dinosaur fossil hidden in a drawer. So you make sure you check your drawers, people check your cabinets. You never know what you might have. But the bones come from the tail of a long-necked plant-eating dinosaur called the Titanosaur. It was discovered in 1985 during an expedition to Antarctica's James Ross Island and collected by geologist Mike Thompson. Working with the British Antarctic Survey, Thompson was mapping the area's rock layers and collected marine reptile fossils to help with future dating efforts. And he recorded the find as just a large reptile. Decades later, paleontologist Mark Evans spotted the bone in the British Antarctic Survey's collections and wondered whether it might be a dinosaur. He and other researchers analyzed the shape of the bone and compared it to other more complete dinosaur remains, confirming their discovery. The findings were published in the journal Acta Paleontologica Polonica.
Say that 10
I know.
times
Why
fast.
it's so difficult to say. Come on. Dinosaur fossils are rare to find in Antarctica because the unforgiving ice caps. But millions of years ago, when the dinosaur lived, the region was populated by lush forests. And a secret civilization of advanced Oh, wait, that's a different show. Rather different and much more hospitable place than we think of today. It's about 23 feet long. The dinosaur was small for its group and may have been young when it died. Scientists don't know how the creature met its end, but they think its body floated away from the coast and sank to the seafloor, becoming fossilized to marine rock. Technology's come a long way since dinosaur tailbone was first found, allowing researchers to peer inside bones and gain even more detailed information about ancient creatures. Thompson died in 2020 before the fossil was identified as belonging to a dinosaur. If he were still with us, he would be delighted to know what this was, Evans, the study co-author, said. So there you go. You never know what you might find. And that's it for today's show. I want to thank everybody for listening. We'll be back again next week and every Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. right here on WCPT 820 Think Theory Radio.
Dive deeper into the heart of the news and stories at WCPT 820 and across the Midwest by checking out our website, heartlandsignal.com.
It's the coverage I can count on every time.
For the latest news updates, in-depth analysis, compelling stories, comprehensive election coverage, live streams, and thought-provoking opinions, head to heartlandsignal.com.
When I need to know, they're there.
They keep me informed and updated wherever I am.
Stay informed with WCPT 820, your go-to source for where facts matter. When facts matter, you turn to WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk.
A fair balance where the facts come out.
Real news, real talk.
Tune into the Thom Hartmann radio program, your home for news, opinion, and insight, right here on WCPT 820, where facts matter.